come down to normal yet? That was
no.
How do you sort of reflect on the last 10 minutes of that game?
I think it's more. I think the overall performance, I'm extremely happy with that. I think this is the first time we over 90 minutes managed to go more or less toe-to-toe with one of the best teams, I still think, in the world. I know they are maybe not up to fully pace, but they could still produce unbelievable moments of brilliance like their first goal. I saw a City team, I think, gave everything, worked extremely hard. And the way we played, how brave we were in phase one, how we played out of that pressure quite a few times, the aggressivity and bravery in the high pressure go man-man, our low block, our counters, loved everything about my team performance. So that makes me extremely happy. So it's not like we only just defended for 80 and then came back the last 10. And I think it's more than well-deserved point. I actually think we scored first. I think, you never know, of course. And we lacked that final cutting edge before the 1-0 goal. But we definitely showed that for the last 2 goals. And of course, the last 10, fantastic mentality.
There was a moment, I don't know if you saw it, just as you scored the equaliser, where Johan held up 4 fingers and said 4 to the guys if there's 4 more minutes of injury time.
Okay.
I mean, it must be the sort of, the mentality of the side that pleased you most today.
Fantastic. I think we created a culture together, all of us. It's of course, I can be the driver and the coaches and the staff and the directors, but it's a big part is the players. We need to do it together. So the culture we created is that there's a big belief. We are positive. We can believe we can beat any team in the world. We know there's games where we're not the favorites, but when we hit our highest levels like today, we can win any game. And that means when we equalize against the champions, then we go for the win.
You sort of mentioned it with the aggression, but how pleased were you with that in particular? Because obviously, sort of against Arsenal, sat back, but didn't perhaps show the aggressiveness. So how pleased were you to see that against City today?
Depending on the aggressiveness to come back in the game, or
to react to moments in the game and come back.
I think it's 2 different games. I think if you look at the first, I think the first half against Arsenal were extremely good in so many ways. I think today I'll just say that we played 90 consistent good minutes, which is extremely difficult against a top team like City, and I think extremely proud of that.
And a word on Johan Wissa. Obviously, he's now the leading goal scorer for Brentford. Just how pleased are you for him?
Very pleased. I think it's extremely impressive that we got a leading goal scorer for Brentford in the Premier League, and then the journey he's been on, and his improvement and what he's done is extremely impressive. I read something earlier today that we actually are the only team maybe in Premier League with 2 players on double figures, which how can that happen? That's of course big compliment to the recruitment and the strategy from top and to the coaching and the players. I think that's very impressive.
It was a captain's performance from Norgaard, right?
We are, when he plays, we are always better. What a performance! His how can you say, anticipation and the way he intercept the ball and always land on the second balls, his composure with a lot of players around him, his ability to play forward. He just looked like a player that enjoyed to play football today.
And then finally from me, Mads Roerslev, I thought it was really impressive how he sort of picked himself up, obviously after the mistake, and then got the assist for Wissa's goal.
Very impressive. I think Mads in general played a very good game. And, you get just on a 50-50 duel where, they get a chance. Fleck can save it. And Fleck can't do anything. It's a hard shot. If that drops anywhere else, where it drops, probably not a goal. Then we would not have talked about it. So I think that's important to think about that. But of course, he feels that he was involved, so understand it, and the ability to come back and a great assist. And I think the way he controls the venue first half was very impressive.
Yeah, brilliant. Thank you.
Thomas, how important was it to sort of right the wrongs of Saturday with a positive performance?
Very important. Very important. I was very disappointed after Saturday in many ways, and try to analyze. I'm not blaming the players of the team or myself, coach. All of us could have done something different, but sometimes it's just the way it is. But the performance today and the compact mentality just says everything about this squad. I think you guys that follow us for hopefully 4 years is quite a unique group of players that's consistent, perform at a good level, and it's not the first time we performed at a high level against good teams. Okay.
Thomas, the game was quite end-to-end, particularly in the second half. Pep's just said he can't remember his team having more chances against you.
Yeah.
But is that just a sign of how you're more willing to trust the attacking players and make games more open?
Yeah. I think he's right. There was 3 or 4 relatively good chances to them. Was definitely a Haaland header. Can't remember anyone. No. Anyway, and the post, of course, when he hit the post. Those were the 2 big moments for me. The rest, I think we were okay in top off, and then of course the 2 goals. But I think I think we've never created as many chances against them, opportunities today. I think we had 18 shots. I don't think we ever done that against them before. So I think it's like it was a game that was open, and I think what a football match. What a I understand why Premier League is the best league in the world. If anyone has watched this, they must have loved it in so many ways.
Great reception from the fans at the end plays into that because it was such a good game.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think it's that feeling that because we didn't win, I think it's important. It's a good point, and of course a very good point when you play against City, when you equalize in the 92nd minute after being 2-0 down. But and plus the very good performance. I think those bit add together, and of course the good match I think made them fans proud and happy.
Did you get the sense after 15, 20 minutes that City were vulnerable? They were there to take you with it. You were so aggressive, as you say. I thought from the beginning that we had a good chance against them. So it was not. Yeah, I thought that from the beginning. Before the game. Yeah.
Pep said he likes you because you're generous and honest. Have you any idea what he means by that? Personally, Brentford.
So Brentford is what? Say again. What?
Brentford are a generous team and an honest team.
I guess it's praise. I guess honest teams. I like that a lot because I think the way we define honest, not only us but also you guys, is that the players, my players, are always running hard. They always try to do everything they can. They always try to help their teammates. I make mistakes, by the way, every day. The players make mistakes during a game, but they try to repair it as best as possible. And I think the great teams, they repair each other's mistakes. That's the greatest teams. And I think actually we have quite a great team, and I'm very proud of that.
Okay. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you. See you next time.
Thank you.